You read it right, ladies and gentlemen. The limited edition, now banned version of the Joe Biden GAMERSUPPS energy powdered beverage developed by GAMERSUPPS has been taken down by the president himself, which is ironic because if anybody needs energy in a drink, brother, it's Joe Biden.
That's a lot of nuts!
I'm sure you guys are all familiar with GAMERSUPPS at this point, or maybe even G Fuel. These are companies that make a powdered drink supplement that you can pour into some water, order, and the most notable thing that makes them different from any other, Kool-Aid or powdered beverage is that they partner with some of your favorite content creators online, except for me! Not that I'm upset about it, but they do a ton of collabs, and because of that, they're very much in the creator space, internet space, meme space. So in a lot of situations, they'll make flavors and things that are exclusive to content creators and even just other celebrities in an effort to promote their powdered drink plan. One of the biggest ones at this point is GAMERSUPPS, who has also partnered with Waifu Cups, which I think is the coolest thing in the world. For the love of God, let me do a collab with you. But recently, they posted on their Twitter in a now deleted tweet that the United States Secret Service or Joe Biden himself or somebody speaking on behalf of the president has asked them to take down the GAMERSUPPS GG Energy Lean flavor because of depictions of Joe Biden. And if I'm being honest, I guess I see the resemblance. It has come to our attention that these products are currently being marketed and sold by GAMERSUPPS and that they present a misrepresentation of the president, which could be seen as detrimental to the national security and public perception, particularly during the upcoming election period. The United States Secret Service demands that GAMERSUPPS shall immediately cease and desist all marketing, distribution, and sales of the aforementioned products. The depiction of the president in such a manner that is misleading or inappropriate poses a significant risk to the integrity of the office and the security of the nation. You heard it here first. They are worried that the president might be mistaken for a gamer. I went to take a look on GAMERSUPPS' website just to confirm whether or not they were based in Australia, because that would make sense as to why they felt they could probably get away with a bit of a parody about the United States president, because obviously most American companies would understand that that's just not going to fly unless you get approved by Joe Biden to sign off on your gamer energy drink. And it turns out that they've made a revamped version of it, which is totally not Joe Biden. I mean, look at him. He doesn't wear glasses. As I said before, the tweet that GAMERSUPPS put out announcing that they had to take down this version of their lean branded GG Energy, GG caffeine-free powdered drink supplement is now taken down. Can't find it anywhere. It's not on their account. So either they felt like it was a little bit too much oversharing, or I'm not sure at this point because it just happened. It might have been a bit of a publicity stunt. It probably is going to be fine for them to just do this parody version of the Joe Biden edit that they did. But regardless, when it comes to things like this, I think the biggest thing is that it's always going to be good publicity. Like, you're not hurting anybody. In the grand scheme of things that the fucking White House could send you a letter for, this is probably a situation where they can get a little bit of a press and then not actually face any sort of litigation, unless of course they get another letter saying that, hey, you can't depict Joe Biden even if it's definitely not Joe Biden. Fingers crossed that's not the case, but funny little thing that happened on the internet. Trump has the chance to do the funniest shit ever and release a G Fuel flavor. I'm just saying. I wouldn't vote for him, but fuck would it be funny. Twitter has announced just this morning that they have officially gone ahead and implemented this new feature where you can no longer see other people's likes. You can like whatever you want on Twitter, and there will no longer be a tab that you can click on to see everything that anybody has ever liked. This has come into play just a couple months after Twitter has introduced an 18+ policy where they now openly allow any sort of adult material without any sort of blurring or opt-in or whatever, and it has led people to make jokes about Elon Musk turning this into OnlyFans that you can scroll. Now, Twitter, ever since Elon Musk bought it, has kind of been garbage. It's no longer this great algorithmically sorted presentation of all of your niche interests and whatever. For the first few months that Elon Musk took over Twitter, it felt like it was nothing but like street fights and brutality and rage bait and stuff designed specifically to piss you off. And while that's been toned back a little bit, it still is no longer the gold mine of comedy and memes and information and internet news that it used to be. Unfortunately for my job, it's still something I need to scroll daily to do my best to stay on top of stories and what people are saying about things. But trust me, if there was an alternative that did the job as well, I'd be using that instead. With all the features that Elon Musk has been removing and implementing, people have taken note that a few of them seem to be operated in a way to really pursue adult material. Elon Musk has introduced the ability to subscribe to somebody on Twitter, paying their money to see their posts, which would otherwise be locked away to anybody who isn't paying them. He's made likes completely private, so you can no longer see who's liking what. And he's gone ahead and made it so that pornography is completely allowed on the website site-wide, which has basically made it a gold mine if you want to be an adult content creator, and has effectively become an okay alternative to OnlyFans. It doesn't feel like he did that on purpose, but to be fair, it doesn't feel like he does anything on purpose. To anybody who doesn't use Twitter, understand that the likes tab on somebody's profile was like the last remaining bastion of finding news, information, or even like-minded posts to what you already enjoy watching. It's difficult for you to engage on Twitter without the timeline just being a million follower meme account tweeting out some sort of promotion for a vibrator that you can buy in the description, right? If you find an account that you like, for instance mine, you can go to their liked tab and see a bunch of similarly minded posts that they enjoyed. And at the very least, that gives you an ability to scroll through some things that you might enjoy. Now with that taken away, you're at the complete mercy of whatever Twitter decides to put in front of you, and 9 times out of 10, it's street fights. I don't want street fights. I want cute cats. To play devil's advocate, I guess, looking through somebody's likes as much as I paint it as a way for you to find new material has very often led to the downfall of a lot of creators. If you guys remember way back in the day where PewDiePie was being canceled because he was evidently making jokes about Demi Lovato's heroin addiction, he didn't actually tweet anything about that situation. He liked somebody else's tweet making a joke about Demi Lovato's drug addiction and had to put out a full-fledged apology for liking somebody else's tweet. And I'm sure there have been, you probably know several different situations where like politicians have liked porn and people have made many jokes about Elon Musk doing this after accidentally being exposed for liking some sort of pornographic tweet. They're mostly fake. I don't think that's happened. But there are a lot of situations where people will have their niche interests or their pornography preferences or even their political affiliations outed because they liked a tweet, and people will use that as evidence of, oh, this person believes this or follows this person or does whatever, and Elon Musk, being the person that he is now taking away that tool. I have to imagine to some extent it's because of the downsides that come with having a public likes tab. At this moment, to my knowledge, it's private by default, and you can't make it public, which seems like a stupid thing to do, but again, I'm fairly confident this will be reversed over time because it doesn't really feel like anybody wants this on Twitter. There is an interesting little bit of a feud going on between Taylor Swift and every other female artist in the music industry. It seems as though quite a few people have a bit of resentment against the success of Taylor Swift and some of her practices in the music industry. Most notably, I picked this up when Billie Eilish did an interview talking about how she doesn't like the fact that some artists will put out multiple versions of the same album. Sometimes this will be with just different art covers that superfans can then have an excuse to buy multiple copies of the album. And sometimes they will have individual tracks, acoustic versions, deluxe versions, bonus versions. And while she didn't say explicitly this, everybody sort of understood that she was mostly talking about Taylor Swift, who most notably put out an album that had like 8 different versions, all on the same day, and it's generally done in an effort to boost sales numbers. This is actually super common over in Korea, where little trinkets and things can come with digital downloads of an album. So even though you're buying something like a necklace or a keychain, it counts as an album sale, and it boosts the numbers tremendously high because music sales are a big money thing in Korea, and it's also the norm over here in America if somebody wants to sell a bunch of albums. To my understanding, Billie Eilish also received a bit of criticism about this because she herself also releases multiple versions of albums, but to my understanding, that's sort of the norm when it comes to anybody who wants to be competitive when it comes to album sales. But the reason that this has become beef is because Taylor Swift evidently released 2 new versions of her latest album on the same day that Billie Eilish came out with her debut album, not debut album, but her latest album, seemingly in an effort to steal away sales from another artist, which is evidently something Taylor Swift has done for a while, punching down another female creators, as you can see, backed up by people like Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and a bunch of others. The reason this is funny is because people have been making memes. It wasn't just once, by the way. Billie Eilish, after seeing that, would release 2 more versions of her album later that week, to which Taylor Swift would then release 3 more versions of her exact same album just a few days later. It's super fucking obvious that they're doing this on purpose. Now, I know this seems like unrelated pop drama to somebody like me who covers internet things, but I do think it's interesting because things like album sales and music sales on the grand scheme of things feels like it's very funny to relate it to like YouTubers and the videos that we make. Like, can you imagine somebody releasing a video that they spent a ton of work on? Maybe it's like a Michael Reeves video or somebody else who uploads like once a year or something, and they release the exact same video 5 times with 5 different thumbnails, and each one of those videos has like a slightly different fart reverb at the beginning or a slightly different t-shirt that they're wearing throughout the entire video. And they're like, yeah, my super fans will watch all 5 versions of this video. And not only that, when somebody else drops their big project, you release that same YouTube video, but now it's the uncut version with extra fart sound. I don't know why I keep saying fart sound reverbs, but can you imagine if YouTubers did this shit? It'd be hilarious. It'd be bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are plenty of YouTubers who have done a better job covering the actual drama between Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift and the rest of the music industry that, if you're interested, actually has quite a bit of lore into it. It's a little bit too detailed for me to cover because I'm doing a video every day this week, for which you should subscribe so you don't miss my uploads every time they come out. Big shout out to the patron scrolling in the back. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, and I'll see you guys on the deluxe acoustic album version of tomorrow's episode. Peace.